All right, we want to bring in Ken Graham. He's the director of the National Hurricane Center, and he joins us now from Miami. So, Ken, Hurricane Dorian has been planted over the Bahamas and doesn't seem that it's going to budge. Has it started to move?
It just did. Over the last couple hours, we've finally starting to see some of this movement, but it's not much. I mean, northwest at 1 mile an hour, but after sitting stationary for 24, we'll take anything we can get. So that's an indication that we're starting to move north, and it'll go slowly for a while and eventually start getting faster and accelerate as it moves northward into the Carolinas as well.
So is Dorian on track to hit the United States? Because the models that I'm seeing, and I know nothing about meteorology, but it does show this sort of curve as it sort of hugs the U.S. coastline.
Yeah, just like our forecast. I mean, we keep it right off the coast for the most part, getting really close, though, to the Outer Banks. So our forecast keeps it off the coast. But what we have to remind people, though, is even if the center is off the coast, the tropical storm force winds extend out about 140 miles. So you can still see winds. But the onshore flow is always a problem because when it's prolonged, you can get the storm surge. And some of the values of the storm surge that we're looking at, some places 3 to 5 foot, and where the water gets trapped in some of these areas with the shape of the coastline, you can get 4 to 7 feet. So just because it's offshore, the impacts stretch so far away from the center of these storms.
And it looks now as if Florida may avoid a direct hit, but you talked about the storm surge. What should people in Florida on the coast be worried about?
Yeah, the biggest thing is listening to those local officials. If you're right there on the beaches in those low areas, those evacuation orders are important because that's a lot of water. And the other reminder, too, is it's so important to listen to them and get out early because the water gets there a lot of times before the center does. So you can start flooding some of the roads well ahead of the storm. And then if you wait too long, you won't be able to drive. You know, you turn around, don't drown. You really can't drive your car where water covers the road. It's such a dangerous condition. So listen to the local officials, and they know best. We're working so close to get them briefed. And the local offices out there, the forecast offices, working so close with those emergency managers.
And Ken, if it does make landfall, can we expect that at least it will be a slightly diminished Dorian? In other words, a Category 2 as it comes into contact with landmass, or could it pick up steam again?
We're looking at it, the winds coming down, but the interesting part about these storms, the storm surge is independent of that category, and also the rain as well. So we've seen the wind field expand. So even if the winds are lower, but if you have a larger expanse of those winds, that can still push a lot of water on shore. So everybody has to realize as the storm evolves, and even if the winds do come down, you can still get those impacts well away from the center. Storm surge, tornadoes, and heavy rain.
All right, Ken Graham, always good to have you for your analysis. Thank you so much.